Welcome back. Before the break, we heard from Mike Halpin, the Democratic candidate for Illinois' State Senate 36th District. Now, our conversation with the Republican candidate, Mike Thoms. It's part of Your Voice, Your Vote coverage here on News 8 at 6:30.
Good.
Let's say you win on November 8th. When you walk into the Senate chambers, what are the three most important issues to you?
You know, which we may talk about later, but the crime has been increasing here lately, not just in the Quad Cities and not just in my district, but across the U.S. And we need to work on, I'll call it reforming. And the state of Illinois tried to do some reforming, but I think went too far with the Safety Act. The corruption, we've seen a number of people, and I guess naming names, Mike Madigan is one in leadership for 40 years. 22 federal indictments against him. There was 2 other senators that just were indicted. We need to work on corruption within the legislation, within the elected officials, and make sure that people are getting fair representation and it's not slighted one way or the other or special interests. And then economic development. We need to continue to build our way, or not to continue, but start building our way out of this financial situation the state's in versus buying our way. Too many people are leaving the state of Illinois. We just see that Tyson's left and Caterpillar's left and Boeing left. Thousands of employees are leaving and people are leaving the state. 100,000 people left last year. And we can't keep on spending more money and having to increase fees and taxes to the people that left here.
Well, let's turn to crime. Illinois has passed the Safety Act, which it is a criminal justice reform law. You've been outspoken against it. Explain your reasoning why.
Well, this safety bill, once again, talks, there's no cash bail. Historically, most crimes are committed with people that are doing second and third offenses. We need to make sure they stay behind jail, stay in jail, stay behind the bars. So to protect the victims, how would you like to be a victim of kidnapping, second-degree murder, and be part of that family, on other crimes, and have that individual back on the street within 24, 48 hours.
And just to be clear for viewers, the Safety Act does not get rid of all cash bail for every single criminal.
It does not. The judge has some flexibility, but less than he had before, or she had before. And so there can be some cash bails, depending on the type of crime, depending on the background of the individual. There is some potential there that still could be a cash bail, or no bail at all, depending on the issue. But unfortunately, a lot of them, that could be the case because they're once again looking at keeping the jails empty, and they're worried about those expenses there.
I want to move on to workers' rights, which is one of the biggest issues on the ballot in Illinois this year. You have the Workers' Right Amendment, and labor groups support it, business groups oppose it. Where do you fall on this issue? You
know, I am pro-union. I have no problem with unions and organization and businesses and everything else. But I think that it should be between the employer and the employees on that situation. It should not be automatic that it has to be an opportunity to organize. Also, being in the Constitution makes it permanent for the most part. You don't see too many things coming out of the Constitution. Things change and we can't predict that. And so I don't think that it should be in there as a permanent issue. I'm okay with organizing. If 50% of the employees sign an agreement and they want to try to organize, more power to them. I think that they have that right, and the company has a right to be able to either accept that or put their arguments up and whether it should be organized or not. So I'm very supportive of the unions and organized labor, and because I think they serve a great purpose in a lot of areas, but just not in the Constitution.
Again, both candidates' answers were edited down for time. To view a more in-depth version of these interviews, you can tune in to News 8 this week on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. And to watch both interviews in their entirety, you can head over to our website or to our WQAD YouTube channel.